Now we will have the second guest speaker for this event, Mr. L.T. Lam, the chairman of the Forward Winsome Industries. Can we please welcome him? Well,
Good
here's a little...
ladies
Sorry.
and gentlemen. I'm honored to have been invited to this event. And as a matter of fact, it's always my pleasure to attend this kind of event because every time I attend, it makes me feel young again.
Let me just give a little background to everyone to present to us who is L.T. Lam. So actually, I'm sure most of you have heard of him. He is actually one of the first to make the plastic toys in China. He has been in the toy business for over 50 years. Recently, I guess you have seen this big yellow rubber duck in Hong Kong waters in TST. Well, I'm sure that same yellow duck, you have played with it when you were a child. And, well, that was first made by Mr. Lam. Mr. Lam has a very humble but yet rich history. I think we need more than a day to go through all his entrepreneurship history. Well, I guess we'll leave that for another day. But having said that, let me call upon L.T. Lam to continue his speech.
Well, talking about
Thank you very much.
duck, well, I'm glad that the Dutch artist, Mr. Hoffman, brought the big duck to Hong Kong. And in fact, I was ahead of him in putting my duck in Victoria Harbour, like this. I made this little duck in 1949, when my factory was owned by my then boss. I was only an employee, but I convinced him to go into toy making. The first kind of product the company made was by Perspex, making picture frames, mirror frames, and such things. And later on, went to signboards and mahjong cards. In 1948, I found out that there were toys made of celluloid from Japan. And of course, there were very simple toys made in China out of tin plates. And out of those kind of toys, I found out that there was a little stuff that I liked very much. Number one, the celluloid toys were inflammable and was very fragile. And of course, toys made of tin plates were also somewhat dangerous, that may hurt children. And at that same time, we had found out that there were new kind of plastic material like polystyrene, turnout products by injection molding. So I went into this little duck, and like John just said, the Barbie make history, and our little duck lit the way for many Hong Kong Chinese who came from China, knowing nothing. No money, no knowledge, don't know how to do business. And yet, they work hard and eager to learn and eager to ask, and started the toy industry from nothing. And up to these days, they build up from rags to riches and make Hong Kong the biggest kingdom of toy industry in the whole world. I'm glad that the university here started a campaign like Toy Design, which certainly will be very encouraging for new blood to continue our toy industry. In that, we have a big market in China, and yet we still have to take a good share in the whole world, which we have been able to help so many parents in the whole world to save so much money in buying good toys at very reasonable prices. But many of our toy manufacturers are OEM manufacturers. And few of them have started by designing their own toys. Yet it's still only in a very primitive stage. So the programs by this university is very useful and important. I would encourage students that are going into the toy industry, do not feel despair. As many people say, the toy industry is in the sunset age, and I totally do not agree. Why? Unless all babies born the first day can play computers. Otherwise, they need toys. So innovation of making new toys is very important. Of course, there are a lot of difficulties ahead of them. Well, I saw the display today, and they were wonderful creations. So I thought this is only the beginning, but a good beginning is half success, as the saying goes. So I hope all the students should continue to work hard to overcome difficulties. Don't forget, many of the richest people in Hong Kong were from the toy industry. And someday, who knows, one of you will be taking over. The point is how to overcome your difficulties. Someone asked me the other day, say one of your friends, after I was here speaking to a group of students, they asked me, what should we do? I said, if you go into the toy industry, you do not necessarily have to go making just toys. Just anything related to toys, stationery, souvenirs, gift items, like the company in the US, Hallmark. They produce many kind of different things and make themselves the biggest giant in that kind of industry, including greeting cards, of course. So just don't feel disappointed. You have been going into the wrong industry. You are not. So let me conclude by encouraging young friends to keep on working hard. But when I was in the showroom today, I talked to one or two of them. They were designing some wonderful ideas, and I thought they should talk to the university. If they think those are their definitely new ideas invented by themselves, they should register the design through the either Hong Kong Industries, Federation of Hong Kong Industries, or the Toy Council, which will protect themselves. This is a very important step. In 1968 and 69, I went into 2 cases about infringing of my toys. And I can tell you that I won both cases before because I registered all those designs. So please keep on working and do something to surprise the world by continuing the big name of Hong Kong in toy industry.
A big thank you to Mr.
Thank
Lam.
you.
Can please have Professor Fuji back here
Can we-
to sing to the Mr. Lam?
I give it to you. Yeah. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Please give big applause.